So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose. Hi everybody, Martha here. So I saw Luca. I liked it. I just really wish Disney would let Pixar have their foot in the theater this year. Because the last two movies, counting this one, have been only been put on Disney Plus. They don't have to charge them for $30 on Disney Plus too, but I feel like this one and Soul didn't get a chance to really shine that often, not that much. But this one is about a little Italian sea monster named Luca, who is a little timid but is also curious about Solly, about the world above him. He is a little bit like Ariel, but not as exonerated as she was. And she also lives in a different part of the world than him. She lives near Finland, not near Italy. So, but they both like to they both find like people's stuff, our stuff in the ocean, and he sees another one like him while he thinks he's a human and goes after it, because he goes out takes the human stuff that he did and finds out it's actually another sea monster like him, named Alberto. And I was like looking for pictures to put on. I found out Alberto is played by Freddy from Shazam. So that's pretty cool. The crippled one. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So he decides to go up there again the next day. His parents did not like him going up there, so man, that sounds familiar. It's mostly his mom. His dad's not really paying attention that much, but it's mostly his mom that's mostly doing it. And they want to stop him from going up there. He goes up there and meet Miguel, and finds out Miguel's dad's not up there with him. So then they both want to get they both start playing with a makeshift boom buggy that they call I'm trying to remember what the word was, but it was like the Italian word for boom buggy, Vespa. But so they want to ride that off and get away from everything and not have to deal with being under the water. I kind of like the fact that they don't have to deal with what Ariel had to deal with and go and ask Ursula to turn into a human. They just automatically, when they are no longer wet, they turn into a human. And there's like no time limit either for them. Sorry I can't comparing this to Little Mermaid, but I don't know. It just remind me of it. Um, but so when they finally get the courage to go to the an Italian city across the island they were hanging out by themselves, because once Luca found out that he would have to go go to the deep ocean where his uncle lives, because he's one of the sea urchins that live under the deep water that can't even be near the sun because it would literally kill him, because he's so used to being in the dark abyss. So, um, they go to the town, and they meet a little girl named um, Giuliana, I think is, and also meet bullies that really should not be bullying them. You shouldn't. He's how old is he? He's like a fully grown man, and he's bullying these little big kids. Dude, get a life. So they want to, in order to get the Vespa, they have to race, and a race where you first swim and do an eating contest, then a bike contest that is meant for 16 and under, and yet they still let the bully enter, and he's probably like in his probably late 20s, like, so what the heck? They allow him to still enter. So they meet Juliana's dad, and he reminds me of the dad from Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs. The eyes because the fact that his eyes are like, he has no eyes showing like that guy does, or Brock from Pokemon. The fact that his eyes are just slits. So that's what the animation reminds me of. But it's pretty cool that like he doesn't have an arm, but you figure like a sea monster may be in it. So, and the fact that only one that knows that these guys are part fish is these guys are fish is the cat, because he sees Alberto get wet and like keeps on attacking them, like, and gets yelled at for it. Like, he has probably seen his instinct, like, life, bigger fish, cats like fish. So they practice how for all of them, and also have to earn the money for them in order to do it. That they show her dad where to get the fish, and like they don't care the fact that they're eating their brethren. Okay. And they eventually the parents of Luca's parents come up there, and we see what they look like as humans, and they don't know what if any, and they like try to get a bunch of other kids that are not their son wet, because they can't recognize their son as a human, I guess. And they do pass by them a couple times, and they realize that's him. They try to find him, but he ends up running off. And so eventually Juliana explains to him that she's here just because she's there to see her dad, because I guess her and her mom got a divorce, and she goes to school during the school year with her mom, and her dad lives here, and he gets the idea from when he like looks at the stars and thinks that they're fish because the constellations look like fish, and he explains to him that those are stars and planets and the solar system and stuff like that, and he gets curious about that kind of stuff, and that makes him want to go to school and learn more stuff, and that gets in the way of him and Alberto's plan about them wanting to go and explore the world on their Vespa. And eventually, Alberto asks him, what if you get found out about you being a sea monster? And they say you're not allowed to go because you're a sea monster. And so Alberto decides to tell Juliana the truth about them by getting wet right in front of her, and she sees only him as wet. So, but and he ends up swimming off, but Luca would not let himself get wet because he doesn't want to lose her as a friend, but he might lost Roberto about it, and so he swims off and sad that he lost his closest thing to family right here. But Juliana's not stupid. She waits for her father to be out of the room because she's afraid that her father's going to attack Luca. But he goes after looking out for Roberto, not knowing that since he's a no yet. But he thinks as Roberto as a son now, because he has connected to them since Alberto had lost his dad. We don't know where it happened to his father. Like, we think that he ran off and never came back. And he feels that this guy's his new dad. And so he goes and out looking for him. And that's when Juliana jumps, put water on Luca, and realizes that he's one too, and you guys cannot do the race. And so he doesn't like the fact that they lied to him. So, and he goes and apologizes to Alberto and Butter. He sees a bunch of little marks that he left on there, how many days he's been there without his dad, and he apologizes for basically deserting him during his part, and decided, I'm gonna do the race all by myself. But while this is going, he puts on the sea covering to make sure nobody sees him what he is, and then he does the food. And I did two things I did like about this. They showed him how to eat with a fork, and how to walk earlier. I did like that. So when it suddenly, while they're riding the bike, it starts to rain, and he has to stop under a house, make sure he doesn't get wet. But Roberto comes with an umbrella to make sure he doesn't get wet, but he ends up dropping the umbrella, and everybody sees what Roberto really is, and in the town, and wants to kill him. And so Luca finally realizes, I have to do this too, and he steps out, and they both, in their original form, finish the race as sea monsters, and Luca's parents also see them do it too, and because they volunteer to give the racers water and graduate their son about running the race, and everybody eventually accepts that these guys, except for the bully, and with help from Juliana's dad. I cannot remember his name. Sorry. I'm sorry. So, and he ends up hugging both of them, not caring what they are. And there was also other two sea monsters there that were two ladies, I guess, were gay. It's okay. And they came out too and showed what they really were. That they were both sea monsters. But and they all like have like a little barbecue in the back, and then once they got the Vespa, uh, about around the time Jill and Anna has to go back to school, um, Alberta has a little talk with Luca's parents and sells the Vespa to get tickets, train tickets, so Luca can go to school. And he stays there with Juliana's dad, and they go their separate ways, which is kind of sad because both of them helped each other out. One of them helped um, Alberta helped Luca get out of the water, and Luca helps Alberto get off the island. So they were like brothers, and now they had to be separated because both of them one wants to learn and one wants a dad. So yeah. So it was a great movie. I liked it. It's not the best Pixar movie, but it's still good. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And bye bye.